ES6 template literal strings are one of my favorite features in JavaScript, and they just got a little easier to work with this extension in VS Code. Let's check it out. What's up, everyone? My name is James Q. Quick, and I do weekly videos on web development, and I do a ton of videos on VS Code with tips and tricks, favorite extensions, themes, all the things that you can imagine. And in this video, I want to show you a new extension, not a new one, but a new one to me that helps you work with ES6 template literal strings. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so this extension is the template string converter. And what this will do, it's actually relatively simple. So this is going to be a short video, but I think it is really useful. Let's say you start out with a string in regular quotes, either double quotes or single quotes, but not backticks for a template literal string. And if you're not familiar with it, I'll show you what template literal strings are here in a second. Let's say you start out with double quotes, and then you want to change it to a template literal string by interpolating a variable inside of that string. Well, just by adding the variable interpolation, this extension will convert those double quotes to backticks so that it actually works as a template literal string. That makes sense? Well, let's go and actually see this inside of VS Code. So I'm going to switch over to VS Code. By the way, this is a new theme that I'm trying out called Midnight Synth. It's one that's created by one of the moderators in the Learn, Build, Teach Discord. You can find that at learnbuildteach.com. And it's kind of cool. I really like this. So I might be using this a little bit more. It might be worth you checking out. I did a video on this that you can check out as well. But let's search for, what did we actually call this extension? Template string converter. Template string converter. And you'll see the same information on here that you just saw. And we'll install that. And let's just start by giving you an example of what template literal strings are in case you aren't familiar. So template literal strings are the ability to basically do string concatenation in a much easier way. So let's say if I had a variable for like street, and it was my street, and then you had const number is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you had const city equals Memphis is where I am. Ignore, I don't know why I'm having all of these. Oh, because it wants to convert these to single quotes. So my ESLint wants to convert these to single quotes. It doesn't really matter right now. But let's say we do that. And then we wanted to actually print this address. Well, we could do something like console log and then do double quotes. And we could say the street is, and then we'd have to close out the string and then add in the variable of street and then add on a space with a comma space maybe, and then number is this, and then add on the number variable, and then do this again for comma equals and have city equals, and then we'll add on the city variable. That kind of sucks, to be honest. That's a lot of work in this case. I think it wants to convert it to single quotes again. Oh, actually it did something I don't want it to do. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. So what template literal strings allow you to do is to use backticks instead of double quotes. So I'll get rid of all of the quotes and the pluses. Let's see. I'll have to kind of figure some of this stuff out. Okay. And then what we want to have is street colon and then the value of the street variable. So what this is we can have dollar sign and then brackets and then street, comma space, and then we'll have the number and then the number variable. So this dollar sign brackets lets us interpolate these variables inside of the string. So let's go back to what we had originally with this big long thing here. There we go. This big long thing that's really ugly. And let's say we wanted to convert this to template literal strings. Well, this extension now, as we start to interpolate variables inside of here, so if I just do dollar sign bracket, notice that it turned those double quotes now to backticks, which allows us to do our template literal strings. So I can do it right inside of there like that. So that's really neat because I don't have to go through and like change the whole thing, change the quotes myself. I can just start to interpolate a variable with dollar sign brackets, and this extension will switch those from single or double quotes to backticks to template literal strings, which I think is pretty neat. So that's a quick short video, little tip here for working with template literal strings in JavaScript inside of VS Code. Let me know if you find that helpful. Let me know if you use template literal strings. This is what I use most of the time because I think they're so amazing. And I usually use them by default just in case I need to do some sort of variable interpolation. So I use them most of the time. Let me know what you think. If you're interested, I have a VS Code cheat sheet that I will link to below. In the meantime, thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you next time.